Hi everyone, my name is Parul Prashar and today is the first video of the challenge series. In today's video, our topic is web development, the basic term that students of first year learn about on the first day of their college at the orientation sessions. We always learn about we should either start with web development or with DSA, but today I will be focusing mainly on web development. So, let's get started. In web development, we have to understand the basic difference between web development and web designing. It is important to realize that web development consists about creating a website, then putting JavaScript and other elements so that if we add information into the website, it gets stored. But web designing, on the other hand, solely consists of building the structure, designing, laying out the website, and just this part. So, web development is a very crucial skill. Remember, not web designing. We need to learn web development. So, I assume that just like me, you are also freshers and you do not know any coding, you don't have any prior experience, you haven't learned any languages. So, how do we even start? In web development, you need to understand that there are two parts, front end and back end. So, let's understand what front end actually is. Front end is like the part of the website that interacts with the user. Let's take an example. You might be using Amazon, and when you use Amazon, you fill in your information, your address, you search in the search bar about the item you want to find or you want to purchase. That is the entire front end. The second thing is the backend. When you enter your address, where does it get stored? How does the system knows that they have to deliver the packets at this very place? All these things consists of backend. So to get started, you should first focus on front end and leave the backend for the time being. For front end, you have three main coding languages. First is HTML, then is CSS, and third is JavaScript. Learning HTML, I must say, is very, very easy. You must not spend time of more than 5 days in learning HTML, and I must say that 5 days are also too much. Even if you are a slow learner, 5 days are like more than enough. So for HTML, just understand the document model. How do you press the exclamation mark and the model gets automatically created? And after that, get started. Don't even bother to go deeper into HTML. You learn it as it is as you dug deeper. Then comes the CSS. CSS is like laying out your website, putting elements in an order, making boxes, arranging them, adding images, adding borders and margins and padding and so many other things. This is what is done by CSS. Now, JavaScript is the most important part, and you should spend maximum of your time in learning JavaScript, in applying its concepts and doing great things with JavaScript because it is tough to learn JavaScript as compared to HTML and CSS. And moreover, I would like to make you all aware that do not fall into a loop of learning CSS and HTML and make those projects again and again because it is a very repetitive kind of a structure wherein we students actually just go on creating those websites because it is very easy to learn these languages. And so what we all do is that we just spend time creating, maybe trying new things or doing repetitive things, but that is totally wastage of time. What you need to learn at this particular point is JavaScript, which is the most important language. Okay, so CSS, understanding CSS, applying its concepts can be a bit difficult and a bit tricky at times. So at this point, when you have basic knowledge of HTML, you have learned CSS, you have read something about JavaScript. Even if not, if you know at least these two, you can get started. So now let's see what we can do after this. After this, your first step is to download VS Code, where you are going to implement your code and learn new things and see the output of your coding. So download VS Code. You can get it for Windows as well as for MacBook. It is very easy. You might find YouTube videos here and there of how to download that VS Code. It is very easy. No need to bother about anything. Okay. So once you download VS Code, what you can do is after downloading, just apply basic CSS, apply basic HTML. Now, one thing students use here as a trick is that CSS is kind of a bit tricky language, so they do not understand at times that like how should they do it. So what they do over here is that they use many frameworks. Like Bootstrap is a very famous framework to use while using CSS. So once you open Bootstrap on your Windows Google Chrome, you will find out that there are predefined coding lines in which you are going to see, like, automatically it is going to be implemented on your screens. You can copy it like navbar, hero sections, and other things of your websites. You can just copy paste those codes in the beginning, and later on, as you become professional, as you become experienced or habitual of using that code, you can create maybe your own things. Another thing is that if you want to learn JavaScript, you find it tough, you can use React as your framework. And this is all done. Once you have done this, you know the basic knowledge, you are already done. But one thing which students ask is that, like, how should they even learn these things? It is very easy nowadays. You are going to find so many free channels available on YouTube, on Coursera, so many free videos that will help you learn new concepts, that will help you implement those things. So, to make it easier for you all, one thing I would like to tell you all that for web development or other computer courses, you can definitely follow the YouTube channel of Code with Harry. It has the best videos put on the YouTube and will give you a very good knowledge. I will not say even basic, a very great level of knowledge. You can implement it. Moreover, the language of those videos is quite friendly and you won't find any difficulty in understanding that. So it will make your work quite easy. Another thing is that you can also use YouTube videos of CS50 lectures put by Harvard. Those are also free on YouTube. They're actually taken from MITx online platform and they are put on YouTube. That are also very good, but that is just a basic level information because they teach you coding from scratch. And yes, Scratch is also a platform where they teach coding to children from using image elements. They do not have to code anything, but they're going to use image tags and so many other things. So what I feel is that CS50 is kind of a bit slow, because for an Indian student who's already in first year and wants to learn something new, CS50 is kind of slower. Like, we already have some basic knowledge. If you do not have any basic knowledge, you want to develop your interest, you're not even interested in coding, then you should surely go for CS50. But if you want to learn something, implement it right away, go with Code with Harry. Another thing which you can do is now use the courses available on Udemy or Coursera. You might think that they are paid, but they are also free. So in the next videos, maybe I'll bring up a topic in which I will tell you how to assess the free courses available on Coursera that will help you gain insight about the tech world, and kindly understand that those courses are from the top universities. Okay, let me make it easier for you. The courses from Michigan State University of Ann Arbor on Coursera are the best for coding. You can take help from them. Other courses which are best are from Meta platforms and other Microsoft or Google platform, but I personally prefer you to take help from Meta because I have been learning JavaScript from there and it gave me a really good information about JavaScript and other things as well, and cleared my concept. Remember, from Coursera, you can gain knowledge or learn basic concepts or new information, but you will never be able to implement them practically. For that, you will have to open your computer or your laptop and start typing right away. Do not depend upon learning new things. You need to apply them as well. Another mistake that students make over the time is that they just keep on learning new things. They might be learning courses on Coursera, on Udemy, maybe from YouTube or anywhere in the world, but they just learn, and on learning those things they get piled up on in your mind and you're not able to implement them, you're not able to apply those things. So do not just learn. Even if you learn a small portion of code, go and apply it, go and type it on your computer, take help from Google Chrome or any other thing. Okay, then comes the next part. In this part, what you can do is that now, once you have learned your courses, you have learned information, it's time to go and type codes. Once you are into coding, you become casual and you are habitual of it and you are going to enjoy it, and as you enjoy it, everything will continue smoothly and coding will become your habit. Now, how to practice coding? First platform is Leet Code and second one is Geeks for Geeks. These two are the best ones and you can learn many things over here. You can practice your code. There are problem statements from specific companies, Google, Microsoft job interviews, and whatnot. They have basically every information. Even if you are interested more, you can buy their courses, you can purchase them and learn other things. Okay, so now let's get into the last part of the video. You are going to make projects. You have learned new things, you have implemented them, you're going to show them in your resume, in your LinkedIn profiles, that You have information. So for this, you just cannot write like you know CSS, you know HTML. This won't serve the purpose. So what you have to do over here is that create projects. Initially, you might not get ideas of creating projects. So what you can do is that make clones of websites. This is a very famous practice. People make clones of websites like Zomato, Swiggy, Netflix, Spotify. You can literally start copying these websites with your basic information, and over the time period as you copy them, you are going to enjoy this part so much. You're going to learn new things, and this will help you get better at your task. This is the first thing, cloning websites. Okay, if you ask me which website to clone first, then go with Netflix. It is the easiest one to clone. There's nothing tough. Netflix is the easiest. Go and continue your website cloning with Netflix. It will make you be confident in your purpose and help you get advanced. Once you have started cloning these websites, you feel confident, you have information, the next and last part for you to do is that participate in hackathons. Now, what are hackathons, how to participate it, how to find those is a new topic. So I'll meet you in a new video. Hope you are doing good. Bye.